नजीब पर हमला हुआ एंड द नेक्स्ट डे itself, वो जिस हॉस्टल में रहते थे उस हॉस्टल के वार्डन, सीनियर वार्डन वगैरह वगैरह और इंक्लूडिंग द देन जेएनयू यूनिवर्सिटी प्रेसिडेंट पांडे जी, वो सब मिलके डिसाइड किए कि नहीं, हमला तो नजीब ने शुरू किया था, उसने हाथ उठाया था, इसीलिए एंड गेट दिस, ही वाज एक्सपेल्ड फ्रॉम दैट हॉस्टल। कभी नहीं होता है ये। हमारे कैंपस में बहुत सारे एक्टिविस्ट्स हैं जिन पर हॉस्टल से निकाल देने का एक पनिशमेंट दिया जाता है, बट इट्स अ वेरी अनजस्ट प्रोसेस। लेकिन देयर इज अ प्रोसेस। पहले आपके पास एक शो कॉज नोटिस आएगा, फिर एक डॉक्टरल इंक्वायरी आएगी। इट्स अ वेरी पैथेटिक प्रोसेस, लेकिन देयर इज अ प्रोसेस। वो प्रोसेस भी नहीं फॉलो किया था नजीब के केस पर। बस इट्स जस्ट 5 signatures एंड दैट्स इट। नजीब स्टैंड्स एक्सपेल्ड फ्रॉम दिस हॉस्टल जहाँ पे हमला हुआ था। किसी ने मुड़ के भी नहीं देखा कि बंदे पर हमला हुआ था, उसने वाकई हमला किया था, इस पर हमला, एंड द नेक्स्ट डे ही वाज नोवेयर टू बी फाउंड। मैं सोचती हूँ कि वो लोग जो नजीब को गुनहगार ठहराए थे, क्या वो कभी, हाउ डू दे स्लीप एट नाइट? वो कभी अपनी ज़मीर से कभी पूछते हैं? डू दे एवर आस्क देमसेल्व्स कि जिस बंदे को हमने गुनहगार ठहराया वो तो अगले दिन से मौजूद भी नहीं है कैंपस में, एंड टुडे 5 years have passed, he is still not come back.
We all know that the least we do and the most we do, in all of this we are limited by the poverty of our options. We know that the system that was supposed to give us justice has failed to give us even the pretense of justice. We know that system has limited us to these kinds of responses. But today of all days, today when we are here talking about Najeeb, when we are talking about how a promising young scholar, a Muslim student who believed in the power of education, when we are talking about how he was attacked and how he was subjected to this public spectacle of violence and how he was made to disappear from this campus in the heart of the national capital. Today of all days, it is important to reiterate that remembrance is not futile. When the state wants you to forget, when the project of the state is to erase your memory, resistance comes from remembrance. Remembrance is what is radical. And that is why we have all gathered here today. It's not just to mark a date, it is to demonstrate as publicly as Najeeb was brutalized, to say as publicly that we remember and that we will not forget. Of course, there are many who would like us to forget. There are many who even if they don't want us to forget, they ask us to let go. There are many who say, why is it so important 5 years later? There are many who ask, ऐसे और कितने इंसिडेंट हुए हैं सेंट्रल यूनिवर्सिटीज में? As if one Najeeb is not one too many. To all those, there are many who wince when we use words like Islamophobia. When we say Muslims are not safe, there are many who wince and who engage in long semantic debates. And I say we will engage in all those long semantic debates and we will have all those discussions about these terminologies. But do not try to tell us what we know. We know what happened to Najeeb. It wasn't an ordinary act of violence. It wasn't a scuffle. It wasn't an act of hooliganism. It is what happens to unwanted, marginalized, untouchable people all over India. When someone starts to stand in a space and irritate the dominant people, when someone starts to be uncomfortable for the oppressor, this is the kind of public spectacle that is created. This is what a lynching is. So don't try to tell us that we shouldn't call it Islamophobic. Don't try to tell us that this is not a symbol of systemic discrimination in Indian campuses. This was meant to be a message, not just to Najeeb. This was meant to be a message to all those students, especially to all those Muslim students who are trying to occupy spaces in India's premier institutions, who are trying to articulate their voices, who are trying to articulate their perspectives. This was supposed to have a chilling effect for all of those students. And it doesn't stop on 14th October. We have heard in detail how the Delhi police and the CBI have bungled these investigations. And when you look at the fact that our premier national investigation agency so brazenly, so deliberately fails in an investigation, so deliberately bungles it up, that tells you everything we need to know about the intentions of the police. Remember, we are a country where in Uttar Pradesh, extrajudicial killing has become part of state policy. We are a country where Sharjeel Imam can be locked up just for saying the words Chakka Jam. We are a country where a man was hanged just without evidence, just to satisfy the collective conscience. So here when the CBI, when the premier investigating agencies fail to complete and fail so brazenly to even do the basics of an investigation, we know it is not because this was an accidental failure. We know it is because they were told to fail. It is because they knew that this is not a failure that the collective conscience would mind.
एक बहुत पैराडॉक्सिकल बात है ना ये कि हमला भी होगा मुसलमानों पर, और जब कोई भी मुस्लिम, चाहे वो वाइस प्रेसिडेंट हो इंडिया का, वो भी अगर ये बात कहे कि मुस्लिम्स, आई मीन इवन इफ इन अ वेरी पॉलिटिकली हल्के से, इट्स नॉट बहुत पैशनेटली, बहुत ये बहुत वसिफरसली नहीं कहेंगे, पर हल्के से कहेंगे कि मुस्लिम्स आर नॉट सेफ इन इंडिया, तो ये बात सबको बहुत करती, बहुत परेशान हो जाते हैं सारे लोग. And it's the right wing, let's remind ourselves, it's the right wing dispensation who does not like to accept the fact that Muslims in India are not safe. Be it Muslims in India or be it Muslims in JNU. Sometimes people like to believe that JNU is very different from India, but disappearance of Najib Ahmed के बाद हम लोग को पता चल गया कि JNU is very much part and parcel of that political establishment of India in which Muslims are not safe. But that is the paradoxical nature of this situation कि the moment a Muslim is victimized, attacked, and forcibly disappeared, उसके आसपास जो भी मुस्लिम स्टूडेंट्स हैं, जो भी मुस्लिम नौजवान हैं, अगर वो ये बात एम्फसाइज करते हैं कि देखो इस बंदे पर हमला हुआ, क्योंकि वो मुस्लिम था, इस बात को पहचानिए, और इस बात को पहचानिए क्यों, ताकि जितने भी लोग मुसलमान होने के बावजूद, मुस्लिम होने की वजह से उन पर हमला किया जा रहा है, that can be stopped. That is the reason why his identity is focused. That is the reason why his identity is brought up. ताकि ये हमला बंद हो सके, ताकि this victimization can stop. That is the reason why this identity is focused so much. लेकिन that is the paradoxical nature of Muslims in India. और आप पिछले साल के वो communal violence जो दिल्ली के में हुए, that is the most spectacular example कि जो लोग FIR जाने की जुर्रत किए हैं तो दिल्ली पुलिस उनको जाके जेल में भर दिया गया है. That is the paradoxical nature of Muslim vulnerability in campus. Pehlu Khan was killed in a lynching, but then he was booked under laws which prohibit cow slaughter in India. That is the paradoxical nature of Muslim victimhood in India today. And उसमें और इसमें कोई फर्क नहीं है.
But the only hope that we can take away from all of this is that the effect that this had, the way that this has galvanized a certain kind of solidarity, the way it has galvanized a certain kind of marginalized solidarity, and the way it has given us leaders like Fatima Ammi. I think that is what the state never counted on, and what they never counted on was that even after 5 years, even when the least we can do and the most we can do has no difference, even then so many of us will come together, so many of us will continue to insist, to continue to ask, to continue to demand, where is Najib? And even though many of us now have a sinking feeling about the answer to that question, even though many of us are now very afraid of what the truth might reveal, even though the truth is the least that is owed to us, I think, and I'll conclude with this, that even though we don't know where Najib is, even though we actually don't know what kinds of brutalities were inflicted on him, we do know where the spirit of Najib lies. We know where his belief resides. His belief that education is the solution. His belief in education, his belief in trying to improve himself, better himself, in having an aspiration. We know where that belief resides. It resides in every act of remembrance, every gathering of this kind that is happening all over the country today, where people are asking the question, where is Najib? Where people are remembering what happened to him, where people are remembering what he wanted out of life, and they are remembering all such incidents, and trying to call out this whole systemic discrimination and systemic violence that was laid bare before us 5 years ago.